In October 2014, the small town of Hartwell Creek, Oregon, population just under 3,000, became the site of one of the most baffling disappearances in American history. In the span of just 31 days, 6 residents vanished without a single trace. No bodies, no evidence, no witnesses. The first to disappear was a 67-year-old retired school teacher. The last was a 16-year-old boy who walked out of his house to get the mail and never came back. Local police called it a coincidence. The FBI called it something far more disturbing. This is the story that the town of Hartwell Creek still refuses to talk about. Hartwell Creek was the kind of town where everyone knew everyone. Front doors were left unlocked. Children played outside until dark. Crime was almost non-existent. The local police department handled maybe a dozen real cases a year. That changed on October 3rd, 2014. Margaret Ellison, a beloved retired school teacher, failed to show up for her weekly book club meeting. Her neighbors found her front door unlocked, her reading glasses sitting on the kitchen table, and a half-finished cup of tea still warm on the counter. There was no sign of struggle, no sign of forced entry. She had simply vanished mid-afternoon, in broad daylight, in a town where nothing ever happened. 11 days later, a 34-year-old mechanic named Daryl Voss disappeared on his way home from work. His truck was found parked perfectly on the side of the road, keys still in the ignition, gas tank full. By the end of October, 4 more residents had vanished. A college student home for fall break, a married mother of 2, a delivery driver, and finally, 16-year-old Caleb Whitfield, who disappeared less than 200 feet from his own front porch. As panic spread through Hartwell Creek, local police initially treated each case separately, but by the 4th disappearance, it became impossible to ignore the pattern. The FBI was called in to assist with what was now being treated as a potential serial abduction case. Investigators searched for any connection between the 6 victims. Different ages, different professions, different parts of town. On the surface, nothing linked them. But then, investigators discovered something unsettling. All 6 victims had, within the 2 weeks before their disappearance, reported the same strange occurrence to friends or family, the feeling that someone had been inside their home. Nothing stolen, nothing broken, just small things slightly out of place. A door left ajar, a chair moved, a light left on that they didn't remember leaving on. At the time, each person had dismissed it. Forgetfulness, stress, a trick of memory. In hindsight, investigators believed it may have been something far more calculated, a pattern of observation. Someone had been watching each victim, learning their routines, waiting for the right moment. Cell phone tower data showed something even more disturbing. In the hours before each disappearance, all 6 phones had pinged the same cell tower on the outskirts of town, a tower that served a largely wooded, sparsely populated area where almost no one lived. Search teams combed through that area for weeks. They found nothing. No bodies, no personal belongings, no physical evidence of any kind. It was as if the forest itself had swallowed 6 people whole. The case remained cold for nearly 2 years. Then, in early 2016, an unrelated incident in a neighboring county produced an unexpected break. A man named Russell Adkins was arrested for an entirely separate offense, trespassing on private property roughly 40 miles from Hartwell Creek. During a routine search of his vehicle, officers discovered something deeply alarming. Detailed handwritten notes describing the daily routines of multiple individuals. Names, addresses, schedules, photographs taken from a distance, clearly without the subject's knowledge. Among those names were all 6 of Hartwell Creek's missing residents. Adkins had previously worked as a utility repairman, a job that had given him legitimate access to enter homes and properties throughout the region under the guise of routine maintenance. This explained the unsettling reports of items being slightly out of place. He had been inside their homes, legally under false pretenses, long before they ever vanished. When questioned, Adkins denied any involvement in the disappearances. He was charged only with trespassing and stalking-related offenses due to insufficient direct evidence connecting him to the actual disappearances. No bodies were ever found. No murder charges were ever filed. He served 18 months in prison and was released in 2017. To this day, the case of the 6 missing residents of Hartwell Creek remains officially unsolved. Hartwell Creek has never been the same. Many residents moved away in the years following the disappearances. Those who remained installed security cameras, exterior lighting, and locks on doors that had never needed them before. The families of the 6 victims still hold an annual vigil every October, lighting candles outside the town hall, holding photographs of their loved ones, waiting for answers that may never come. Margaret Ellison's daughter, now in her 50s, still keeps her mother's reading glasses on her own kitchen table. She says it's the only piece of her mother she has left. Russell Adkins currently lives in a different state under a different name. The FBI's file on the Hartwell Creek disappearances remains open. Somewhere in those quiet Oregon woods, 6 families believe the truth is still buried. This has been the Dark Truth Files. If this case disturbed you as much as it disturbed us, share it. Someone out there might have answers. Stay alert, trust your instincts, and always tell someone where you're going.